use ChatGPT like a coach. In this video, I'm giving you 10 prompts that fixed my build, solved bosses, and saved pulls. You need to save these prompts. You're gonna get the exact copy and paste templates, the exact workflow, and live proof as I go through each of these prompts. In this video, I'm showcasing Dragonheir, the Silent Gods. But these tips and tricks can really be used on almost any game. So buckle up, settle in, and get ready to win. My Discord is your shortcut to power. I've got creator access, early intel, and real leaks. If you want meta teams before they trend, patch notes before they drop, and giveaways to get your hands on rewards, join my Discord now. Links below in the description. Jump in, gear up, and let's break Dragonheir together. Want to gain a massive amount of extra rewards and help support my channel? I've got two great options for you. Check in the description of the video, and you can download the game from my personal link. And if you've already got the game downloaded, head over to the creator code rewards link and use my creator code DanManReal, all lowercase. Then we both gain rewards as you level up, giving you a massive advantage in game. Stay ahead of the competition. All right, so just as a bit of a disclaimer and full disclosure, ChatGPT is a coach, not a cheat. You need to feed it context and force it with data or images, and you need to make it flag unknowns. But we're gonna go over all of that. All right. So let's get into it. Right out the gate, I'm giving you guys the pro prompt formula. We're gonna start by telling ChatGPT, you are a game build coach. So again, I said you could use this for any game, but specifically throughout this video, we're gonna be covering Dragonheir, Silent Gods, period. Next, we're gonna tell it the goal is to win X or clear Y. So in place here, I'm gonna have it find the best team comp for reaching maximum damage on temporal vortex. Now for your next line, you want to feed ChatGPT as much data as you can. So I'm going to put for inputs and resources, I'm giving you, and here's where you put in your roster of heroes that you currently own, the gear that you have equipped, possible spreadsheet data, or screenshots. So what I'm gonna do is go over here to the plus sign, go up to the add photos and files, and I have 5 screenshots to feed it. So I'm gonna let those load. I'm gonna type in for inputs and resources, I'm giving you screenshots of the temporal vortex bosses, skills, and mechanics. I've taken a picture of each of his skills and his passive. So now ChatGPT will know exactly what this boss does. And I'm gonna finish this prompt here with which can be found in pictures 1 through 5. If you're giving it different data, you always want to be very, very clear on what you're giving it. Just as an example, if each of these pictures was different, like you were giving it your roster and your gear and the boss's mechanics, I would add something like, in picture 1 is my roster, in picture 2 is my gear, and picture 3 is the boss's skills. Then what you want to make sure that you do is you upload each in order. Don't upload them all at the same time. So the first image that you'll upload is the roster, then the gear, then the boss's skills. Same thing with any spreadsheets or even videos that you're trying to give ChatGPT. Make sure you're very clear and you upload them as you're describing them. So I'm going to remove this line here and we move on to the next line. So next we want to tell ChatGPT of any of the constraints or limits that we have. So I'm going to type 4 constraints. And then you go into detail, whether you're free to play, have no legendaries, or if you have a specific time restraint. This is where you need to be very, very clear. Now, I personally, just for this game, I have no restraints. I have the whole roster, gear's abundant. There's really nothing I can think of for a constraint that I could use, but just pointing that out, that is an important factor that you need to include if you have something that fits in there. Now, next, you want to tell it what type of format that you want this data given as. So I'm going to write, I need this information given to me in this format table, and here's where you're going to write for column headers in a spreadsheet, the slot, the unit, the set, the speed, the crit, the accuracy, and you always want to have a column for notes. Now you can fine tune this to what you're looking for specifically. So for me, I know I need heroes, any stat references that it wants to give me, any gear suggestions, and then we'll leave it with notes. Now for your next line, you're going to tell it, additionally, I need you to include budget swaps for heroes, suggestions for speed timing or skill rotations, and a 3-step practice plan. Now this will ensure that ChatGPT will dig deep and again adjust accordingly, but for Dragonheir, This is pretty perfect. Now, last, but probably the most important line you need to add, it is crucial that you flag unknowns and ask me for what you need if you are missing information. This last step is crucial. That's why we emphasize that. This ensures that ChatGPT focuses on accuracy and doesn't make up any information. There's a lot of people out there that always complain that AI and ChatGPT just makes up and hallucinates, and that's because it fills in information when it can't find it. So this covers that step in making sure that it comes to you when it's not sure. So here we go. We have the prompt ready. It's ready to go. Just a note, on ChatGPT, you have the option to either set ChatGPT for auto or thinking mode. I never turn off extended thinking mode, no matter what I'm using it for, even if it takes an extra few minutes. This ensures that ChatGPT is thinking clearly and thoroughly. I highly recommend always keeping this on. Okay, so here we go. So we punch it in. ChatGPT is thinking, responding to users' requests, parsing the boss mechanics, doing a full boss mechanics breakdown, assessing team composition, creating a team comp strategy. And here we go. So it thought for 2 minutes and 27 seconds, and here's a max DPS plan for Temporal Vortex. Malinus. We have the option A, the safest high score over time, and it's given us our table with the heroes, the stats, the gear, the notes, key details that we're looking for, exact stat breakpoints, and the notes are always perfect. You always want to read these notes, as sometimes these are literally the secret ingredient. So it's also given us another option for the burst nuke team. This is for short fights, but it's very gear heavy dependent. Again, giving us all the details that we need, and it's going into the speed, timing, rotations, giving you a full detailed breakdown for manual gameplay. Then we have the budget swaps by role, giving you numerous options. And then I love this part, the 3-step practice plan. This works for every game. Now, based on this Temporal Vortex boss, it's telling us that we need calibration runs on manual, hitting accuracy breakpoints, and tune your speed so that your shredder, vulnerable, DPS, Q in that order. Verify your cleanser covers the 5-second debuff without drifting. Survival, when you need to add shields so the highest max HP target survives. And damage squeeze. This always gives you a clear outline for how you should be thinking to master the mechanics and gameplay. Now, it did end with unknowns I need from you. So it's asked me for your owned heroes by element and role to map these slots to exact names, your available gear set names and set bonuses so I can call precise sets, Temporal Vortex timer you care about, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and whether you run manual or auto, and any faction or element bonuses active on this rotation. Provide those and I'll fill a table with exact heroes and final numbers. And here you go. This is how the pro prompt formula works. A full detailed breakdown of everything that you need to know. This prompt prevents rambling, hallucinating, and returns checklists that you can prepare for. This is a must-have for any true gamer. All right, so now this next one can get pretty extensive. Your second prompt, the build optimizer. There are 3 prompts that I plan to make into their own video that I'm gonna be going over here, and this is one of them. I'm gonna have a whole separate video for the build optimizer using ChatGPT, but I do wanna give you a little something to go over. In ChatGPT, we're gonna start it off with you are an expert and leave it just simple like that. I want you to thoroughly analyze and search the website. Now, here's where you're gonna put your game's website, but more specifically, not just the game's official website. You want a fan-made website or something extremely reliable, like Wiki, up to date. If your game doesn't have something reliable like this, then don't stress. I'm gonna go over how you can manually get all this data yourself very efficiently in the deep dive video for the build optimizer. So here for Dragonheir, there's actually 2 websites I'm gonna be giving it. The first one is dragonheir.info equipment and dragonheir.info/heroes. I know these are reliably updated and have all of the data that I need. So I'm gonna have ChatGPT focus solely on these websites. And you do that by telling it, use these websites as your primary source of information, period. From the Heroes website, you will have all of the Heroes information. And from the equipment website, you will have all of the equipment information. Now again, from here, you could take this so many ways, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna assume that you know the 5 heroes that you want to build. That being said, we're gonna tell ChatGPT, my top 5 heroes are Beldel, Ardrin, Shinna, Velocia, and Zorak. I need to know what is the best and most optimal build for each hero and what are the main stats and substats that I need to be looking for on the gear for each hero. Pretty straightforward. Again, I said this is going to be a bit of a simple one, but again, we are going to wrap this up with the very crucial ending. I want you to flag the unknowns and ask me anything you need if you are not sure about something, period. Furthermore, even just to wrap it up stronger, I'm going to put, I want you to feel 100% confidence that you are giving me the best information, period. And away we go. Here we go. Searching hero builds and equipment on Dragonheir, verifying hero names, searching hero pages and resolving names, searching for hero pages, checking hero pages. It's thoroughly going to be scrubbing the data on these websites. ChatGPT will even open links. If there's just a picture of a hero, but there's a hyperlink, if you click on it, it'll open another link. ChatGPT will open everything. And here we go. It thought for 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Here are the optimal builds for your 5 heroes using Dragonheir info as the primary source. And here we go. Starting off with Beldel. Starts us off with Helm of Frostbeards and the Bloom of the Prina, which is the best in slot artifacts. Then it's giving your best 2-piece sets to look for, and it's going to give us the best stats that we need to look for. We have Ardreth all broken down, Shinna, Velocia, Zorak, and again, it's going to give us the juice, the notes, and unknowns that we need to confirm. I did misspell Zorak. It felt appropriate to correct me there. It assumed PvE and boss focus and S2 gear access, explaining that sets choices will shift for Arena or for Season 1 if you're still on Season 1, and it's transparent where it shows artifacts listed are from the site's ice recommendations. If your inventory differs, I'll swap equivalents. So again, realistically, for build optimization, there is way more to get into for things to be really fine-tuned. So stay tuned for my next ChatGPT video as I do the full deep dive. All right, so now we're moving on to prompt number 3, the boss mechanics solver. Now this is another very in-depth subject. So again, in the future, I will be releasing my deep dive for the boss solver. So keep an eye out for that. However, I do want to go over a very friendly prompt that we could use so you can understand the core of how this prompt works. Now, boom, it looks like I just threw a bunch of stuff in there. You are a fight analyst for the game Dragonheir and the boss Temporal Vortex. Convert mechanics into a 1-page plan for my team comp. Then you want to list your units: Beldel, Ardreth, Zorak, I spelled it right that time, Velocia, and Shinna. Return this structure only. Phases. Does anything specifically happen in between 100% and 70% HP? Does anything specifically happen between 70 and 40% HP? Does anything happen between 40% and 0% HP? What are the required debuffs? Giving us the name of the debuff and checking effect hit, which is accuracy. Then we have the resistance checks, if the target is a cleanser, and noting our threshold for resistance. It's also going to outline the danger windows, noting the trigger for casting's various skills, the timing for cleanses, and the moments you want to hold your burst. I want it to outline the opener order, immunity, strip, control, burst, fail cases, and fixes. It's going to be a fail if you miss a cleanse or a strip, so we're telling it to outline the fix to increase your effect hit, or again, your accuracy. And taking note that we should act before adds, which means to focus on skill haste or speed. Now, I'm going to go into practice drills much more in depth into a future video. I've been doing practice drills basically since I started with ChatGPT many games ago, but it is basically like your best friend for theory crafting, testing mechanics, learning, and really getting the code work behind this game. So for this one, we're telling it 5 pools practicing opener timing, record buff bar screenshots, and now rules. Be concise, no lore. And this is a new twist, as the closers are always crucial. If uncertain, prepend lines with uncertain and request the exact screenshots and stats that you need. This is it. It's good to go. Punching it. Whole bunch of data here for being a boss solver. This prompt here will get you through many, most, if not all, bosses. And here we go. Thought for 2 minutes and 8 seconds as it outlines the phases, noting that from 100% to 70%, sync to a 20-second boss cycle. Skills going off every 5 seconds. Open with Velocia, shield immunity. Fly defense down, then enable Ice Blast. It's going to give us a whole game plan for being the most optimal. Additionally, it's going to give you the references for where it's gotten this information. It has 5 sources for this boss: Hell Hades, Hell Hades, Hell Hades, Hell Hades, and Hell Hades. Additionally, it is pulling data also from Dragonheir.info. It's going to give us the required debuffs, the resistance checks, taking light of the important danger windows, giving you a straight up opening order, outlining which hero turn order you want to focus on, and then your fail cases and fixes, outlining the flaws and how to solve them. Now again, practice drills didn't give us any info, but when you see the video coming out in the future, this will make complete sense. Stay tuned, you guys are going to need that video. It's basically like you will not get stuck anymore on any content. The next one is extremely simple, but it is also extremely necessary. Number 4, your patch note interpreter. Find your patch notes, paste them into ChatGPT, then repeat after me. Summarize all of the changes, period. Rank the impact. High, medium, and low. Then give me a list of what to do now, what to test later, and what to ignore, period. This is so simple. These 3 lines right here, this is all I've ever used in patch notes, and it breaks it down entirely. Give this one a try. If anything, it'll save you a lot of time. Now, this next prompt, number 5, the practice plan generator. Again, this is an extremely easy one. Test this one simple line. 4 drills times 5 minutes with success metrics and common mistakes. That's it. Let's see what it comes up with. And here we go. Thought for only 22 seconds. Number 1, opener timing. The goal, lock in immunity, strip, control, burst, without drift. This is telling you how to play the game and run these tests. Your setup, 5 pulls. You want a time on the pull start. Assign your roles. When you're ready to run, execute the opener on spawn. Repeat until muscle memory. The success metrics, 5 out of 5 openers executed in order. Time to the first strip, less than 2.5 seconds. Control applied, less than 3 seconds. First burst only after your debuff lands, 5 out of 5. Then you have your common mistakes. Clipping animation, casting burst before your strip and control. Wrong speed tuning, opening on the wrong target. There's going to be a lot of situations where you're just running tests, or if you're theory crafting in the game and you're thinking, how can I test this on the dummy or anything? This is the skeleton. Then we have reactive strips and cleanse. Your goal is to instant responses to enemy buffs or debuffs. It gives you your setup, it gives you what to run, your success metrics, your common mistakes. It also outlines debuff uptime and hit checks. Damage window discipline. And as always, the final note is so crucial. That's a common trend with ChatGPT. How to verify quickly. When you're doing your practice runs, record your screen. Annotate timestamps for the first strip, first control, and each burst. After 5 pulls, check the 3 numbers. Your opener order success count, debuff uptime percentage, and focus on the count of your unsafe bursts. True pros understand the practice plan. If you're not getting it yet, it is a little bit more in-depth and complex, but again, I will be talking about this much more in the future, as I do tests every day. Amazing prompt to understand. Now here's another one I literally use every day for so many different reasons. Number 6, the VOD coach. What are you doing right now? You're watching a VOD, video on demand. If I'm doing a well enough job, you're still watching and you're entertained and you're retaining this knowledge. That's my goal. But I hope you still watch my videos after this, because I'm giving you the secret of basically how to pull data from YouTube videos. So your secret weapon in ChatGPT is being able to get a transcript from the YouTube video. God, that's bright. But you can go to notegpt.io. You can drop the link to any YouTube video and then generate your transcript. Then literally all you have to do, jump back onto ChatGPT, paste that transcript, or after you've saved it, find it, upload it. And we're gonna tell it, you are an expert, period. Analyze this document, period. Now your mind is literally your greatest weapon. Based on whatever video you're watching, any information that you need, you can just ask right now. This is your chance. Enter here anything you want to know. Or if you don't know what to ask, or if you really just don't know much about the topic yet, you can add in, summarize this entire document into an extremely easy to read and understand list. We had to sneak this in here as number 6. Because I know whoever's watching now, I'm giving you the good secrets. You deserve it. You watch this long, I'm keeping you in here with the good stuff. Just don't abuse it on my videos. Or if you do, at least like, comment, drop me $1. You're welcome. Now, we got 3 more, and I got 1 video left to tell you. I will be doing a deep dive in a later video, but this is not that prompt. Number 7, the route or progress planner. Again, many ways you can take this based on the game you're playing. You are an expert. You specialize in time management and optimizing efficiency, period. Given whatever account goals you have or the playtime you have invested, plan a 7-day route with daily 20-minute blocks and resource priorities. So just for the sake so you can understand, here for account goals, that's where we're gonna put Dragonheir, Silent Gods, and your goal is gonna be staying competitive for leaderboards. Now for playtime, depending on your game, you should put how many hours you played or whatever, but I'm gonna put, I play all day, every day. This is gonna help you remove decision-making fatigue. It's just so much easier to have a bullet point tell you exactly what to be doing, following things along, instead of always constantly having to know. Helps too so you don't forget stuff. And here we go, boom, thought for 47 seconds. Here's a 7-day competitive route with 1 guaranteed 20-minute core block per day, plus optional extra blocks. You can repeat when you grind more. So your resource priorities is energy, never let it get capped. Another resource priority is your gear with the correct main stat and greater than 2 correct substats for your main comp. You need to be focusing on your skill mats and ascension mats for the 5 mains, and you want to use your arena tokens near reset for climb attempts. Gold and hero XP only as needed to equip upgrades you'll actually use. It breaks you down a complete checklist for a daily 20-minute core block and gives you an exact 7-day route. Target focus per day. Gives you some grind all day extras. Gives you an outline for tracking, which is huge. In games like Dragonheir, where you have to make decisions as to which hero you're gonna wanna focus on leveling up or powering up, tracking is huge. This is where you look at your damage meters for each target, your floor, the clear time, win rates, and then leaving us off with a team note. Use your main 5 as the baseline for all tests. Change 1 variable at a time, a whole set, substat, speed break, or opener order. And crazy final last note, follow this for 4 weeks. Adjust the day 1 through 3 grave order to match any live event bonuses. GG, your route and progress planner. Now on to number 8, Gotcha EV Math. And this is going to be my 3rd and final in this series upcoming video for a deep dive into the gotcha math. You're gonna have to figure out all the stats, the costs, record your averages, or research others. But a basic prompt that you can use now, and to give you a feel for the core of how that next video is gonna come, we're gonna be telling ChatGPT, you are an expert mathematician, period. Using pity, some games have pity, most games have a pity system, and rate-ups, compute expected pulls, and EV in gems for whatever the banner unit is that you're going for, period. And specifically for summons, I like for it to give us a table. So I'm gonna note output table for 10, 50, and 100 pulls, and pull or skip logic for my goals, period. Gotcha math is crucial. If you play these games and you don't know math that well, you are way behind. You can throw your wallet at it as much as you want, but you need to spend on math, not hope. This prompt and the upcoming video that I got, this will take you there. Now we got 2 more. We're on number 9. Here's a guild or looking for group copy. Very simple prompt. 3-line post with time zone, power, role, and expectations. Period. And let me show you what this gives you. Boom. Time zone, Eastern Standard Time, America, New York. Role, I'm a creator. My power is 3 uploads per week. My expectations, clear guides. Leaderboard focus, uploads Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays. Again, simple prompt, just to give you a quick 3-line post. Now, last but not least, number 10. This one's awesome. Personal knowledge base. Now, this is exactly how we're gonna write this one. You are an expert. You are my personal knowledge base, period. Store these constants about my account. ChatGPT has a specific memory. These words trigger something deep in ChatGPT. Prefer them in answers. Ask to update if they change. Now, every reply becomes tailored. I've already done this to my system, but it's not bad to do it often. And here we go. Ready, send your constants in this format, and I'll save them and prefer them in answers. It's going for my preferred name, time zone, YouTube channel, bio shortly about me, my focus games, information about my editing software, which versions, etc., the brand, fonts I like to use, the colors I like to use, my asset drive folder, preferences, units, date formats, voice tone, reply length, contacts, business email, and any links that I want ChatGPT to remember, my master sheet, my media kit. Do this often. Keep ChatGPT knowing you. It's learning everything that you talk to it about. It has a very unique algorithm to hold on to information, and you can help it stay sharp. That is it, you guys. The Master 10 list of the best 10 prompts I can bring you for being a gamer. If you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, come join my Discord. Shout me anytime. I appreciate you all. Hope you learned a bunch. Stay blessed, you guys. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys liked the video and learned a bunch. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel so you can stay tuned for all my future content. I appreciate you all. Stay blessed.